guys, today we are going to make chia seed crackers. First, you're going to want a big bowl. You can go a little bit bigger than this if you would like. But we're going to use chia seeds, and you can pick whatever seasonings you would like, but I'm doing oregano, thyme, sage, salt, and pepper. So what you're going to do first is going to get a cup of chia. Big old cup. And we're going to pour into our container. And then chia seeds can absorb up to like 10 times their amount. So we're going to go ahead and put in the thyme in our seasonings before we add in the water. The more water you add, the longer it will take to soak. But we're going to be making an Italian type of chip here. So just really go with your heart and what you think it deserves. You can do any seasonings you want, but these are the ones I am using today. Salt. And pepper. Okay. Once you've got that in there, we are going to add the water and stir it up. And add our water. For the water, you don't need to measure it. I would say to fill it up about halfway. I'm using filtered water for this. And if you are using it out of a fridge like me, spin the bowl around so you can get all of it. Okay. Once it is filled up, we will leave it and let it rest. You can let it rest for as long as you would like. We are going to check back in after an hour, and it should be a slimy, thick, gelatiny consistency. And mix it up, and we'll see you back in 1 hour. And we actually let this sit for 2 hours, and if you'll see, it's very slow moving. And we set our oven to 350, and we lined our sheet with parchment paper. So now that you got your mix, you're going to use about a tablespoon each to put onto here. And I'm just using a regular spoon, and so if you'll see, the top can get mixed in a little bit more, and your mixture will look very jello-like. So I am going to mix that together, and then a big tip that I'm going to give to you all is for your spoon that you are using, go ahead and spray it with some olive oil so it will just slide right off. Okay, maybe a little bit too much, but get a bit and plop it down. I am going to also spray the back of the spoon to help flatten that into a better chip. And flatten it to your heart's content. I'm going to make some big and some small chips. Trying to be a little bit smaller, so we're going to lighten the load. And you can always add more, so you can start with a little, and you can shape them as well. For the big ones I have made, I'm going to take a little bit and add to these others. And these will dry out to be very thin also. So it's okay if you don't make them as thin as you want to. And we're going to go ahead and put these in here. And I'm going to suggest the middle rack. And we're gonna set that for 3 hours because ours are a little thick. And let's go. Per chip, we have about 4 grams of fiber, 2.5 grams of protein, and 4 grams of fat. Enjoy, guys!